Hello everyone, my name is Diego and I'm here with my friend Sophie.
Hi!
So you want to share your story about your disability?
I have an invisible disability, which most people wouldn't have guessed just by looking at me. Just like my Lyft driver who was like, "What? You have a learning disability? To me, you just look like a beautiful girl." And I said, "Thank you, I appreciated that. That was very nice." So I was explaining to him that my learning disability is kind of hard to explain because I don't have it classified. I never actually got tested because I don't want to spend $3,000-$4,000 on something that would not help me in the long run because I already know what they're going to say.
So how was it for getting accommodations? Don't you need to get?
No. So I went to the Academic Support and Access Center and they're like, we basically cannot help you because you have no paperwork. So I have to find ways to accommodate for myself.
What did you do before college?
I had my family members read over all my papers multiple times, and I was not afraid to go talk to the teacher about reading assignments that were just very difficult for me to understand. I cannot connect the sounds of letters to words. So if I've never seen a word before, even if I've heard it before, I may not be able to know if that's the right word that I thought it was because I've never seen it printed. So yeah, I would be very strategic in because I didn't really want it to show because I just was embarrassed because people would always laugh at people when you pronounced words wrong, and I didn't want to explain myself because no one would truly understand if I explained it, especially in high school when kids are mean.
You've been pretty involved in the disability community and disability advocacy. So what got you attracted to it?
What got me so interested is that in high school, I actually was very depressed, and I think that my mom was just like, "Sophie, I think that you should go out for Best Buddies, and I think that you would really enjoy it." And I think when I was actually interacting with them, I realized that they're not that much different from me, and in reality, they're more similar than different because we're both kind of considered the outsiders in the sense that, like, I'm looked down upon because I have depression, and they look down upon because they have a disability, but in reality, we're all human.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, is that we're all human. We're all sane because we're all human. And what I love about humans is that how our brain can just structure things and completely change who we are.
Yeah.
And that's what you should value. But just because, like, you have cerebral palsy and I don't, doesn't mean that I'm better than you or you're better than me in any which way. It just means that you have something that defines you as a person that maybe I don't have something, but my learning disability defines me as a person just like your disability defines you.
I shout disability pretty much everywhere I go. Do you feel like that's the same for you, or?
I think it's much harder with mine because of the fact that, like, there's no diagnosis. Everyone's just like, "Well, do you have it written up?" And I'm like, no. I think that, like, over the years, I've been more accepting of
What made you more accepting?
At AU, people are very much more accepting of the fact that people have learning disabilities, and they have a big academic center that support them. And I'm just more comfortable with myself, and I'm not afraid to, like, share who I am as a person. I accepted myself, and before you can accept others, you have to be able to accept yourself. That's why people always tell you to love who you are, because if you don't love yourself, how can people expect for you to love other people?
Yeah, because I'm a big believer that part of it also is seeing other people that are in the same track. And so when other people start talking about disabilities, then it's easier to talk about your own.
I agree.
And for young people watching, maybe with invisible disabilities, if you could give them one piece of advice, what would it be?
I feel like every person with a disability is going to say that, but for someone who's suffered from mental illness, like, the best thing that you can do is just be like, you know what, this happened, but I'm going to take ownership of it, because once you take ownership and you take acceptance of it, you can become a better person. And once you take, like, you know the right steps to be able to succeed, basically.
Do you think that your disability gives you something positive?
That's a good question. I never actually thought about that before.
On the spot.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think that if anything, it allowed me to kind of slow down and kind of really try to see if I could fix my mistakes, even though most of the time I can't fix my mistakes in my paper, let's be honest. But I have been able to catch some things over the years. I've been able to fix some grammar, but I think that overall, I think that it kind of hindered things. But I think that in the long run, long term, I have been able to fix some things, but not a lot. But it's not the end of the world. That's what I realized. I still have like an amazing GPA. Yeah, woo! Won't brag out to the world about it. It shows that even if you have something in your way, it doesn't mean that you can't tackle it and be able to beat it.
So what should the hashtag be this week?
Ownership. Hashtag ownership. Hashtag ownership. Bye.